My name is Antonio Thompson. I'm coming to you from AntonioRThompson.com, and I'm in my home office here in Brooklyn, New York. And today I want to share with you, 6 key ingredients to building a profitable and successful online business. And if you're just starting out, you just got into a network marketing business, or you're starting to grow a business online, a lot of things you are being told to do, a lot of things that you're currently doing online just aren't effective, right? Maybe you've been told to post in groups, sharing, before and after pictures. Maybe you've been told to, post on your timeline constantly about your company. And maybe you're realizing that, what you're actually doing is not actually producing results you desire. You're not getting leads, you're not getting sales, you're not getting signups. And in fact, you're creating resistance online and on social media. And so these 6 key ingredients that I'm going to share with you this afternoon are essential to building a business online, a profitable business online. And the first ingredient, and it really starts with this key ingredient, right? If you don't have this key ingredient, everything you do is going to be for naught, and you're not going to do very well in this profession and in the industry. And so the first ingredient starts with vision, right? And I'm sure you've heard this saying, over and over again, what's your why? And you got to have a why that makes you cry, right? And I got not to be, facetious or cynical about it, but I do think whys are important, but they are very transactional, right? You see, You've probably heard people say, my why is to, fire my boss. My why is to retire my spouse. My why is to, quit my job. My why is to buy a home or a car, right? But once you've accomplished that why, then what? What's next? Once you've gotten the car, once you've quit your job, once you retire your spouse, then what? Do you come up with some new whys? Do you create some new transactional whys? And I think I certainly want to encourage you to think bigger than your why, right? And it has to be about your vision, the vision of who you want to become. I think Ray Higdon says this, consistently. The vision of who you want to become will propel you and drive you forward. And you want to be specific, right? What and who do you want to become? What does, someone that you become, what does that person do on a daily basis? What value do you provide to the marketplace, right? Your why may be to fire your boss. Your why may be, to retire your spouse. But once you've done those things, what does your life look like? What are you doing? Where are you living? How are you spending your time? If you fired your boss tomorrow, what would the next day look like? What time would you wake up in the morning? What would you do during the day, right? You have to be very specific about, where you want to go, because that's the thing that's going to propel you forward. The other thing I want to say is that, another part of vision is like, all right, what do I want my legacy to be when I leave this earth, right? And how will I be remembered? Someone once told me, and this might sound a bit morbid or whatever, but someone once told me, have you ever read, or write your own obituary, actually. That's what they said, write your own obituary. And if you've ever read an obituary, it's pretty lame, actually. They talk about the person's education, they talk about their job, they talk about their family, and it kind of ends something like, and they lived a full and happy life. And, to be quite honest and real with you, I actually don't want my obituary to sound like that, right? I actually want to be remembered for being a rock star, right? I want to be remembered for, how many lives I impacted, how many charities and organizations benefited from my generosity. I could care less about my educational accomplishments, but I want to know that I made a difference in the world. And so that's where it starts. It starts from your vision, and that's the main ingredient for all this stuff, right? Starting a business online, building a profitable business online, your vision. You got to know where you're going, and that's going to keep you you focus, that's going to keep you pushing through the tough days, because there will be tough days, right? There will be tough days, and that vision will get you out of bed in the morning. That vision will get you to write that blog post, to record that video, or to do a Facebook live stream, or whatever it is, right? It will get you moving, and that is key, a key element to building a business, even if it's offline, right? Building any kind of business, your vision is very important. The second ingredient, and this is probably the reason why a lot of businesses fail online and offline, and it's because of infrastructure, right? They don't have the branded infrastructure to really build or to sustain a business, right? So let's say, let me ask you a question. Do you have the infrastructure in place that while you're sleeping, if someone comes to you online, on social media, wherever it is, can they find out information? Can they, enter into your world, become a lead? Can they, buy a product from you even while you're sleeping? And if the answer is no, you want to address this issue first, right? You need to have a branded infrastructure that works for you 24/7, because you can't be present 24/7, right? You have to sleep sometime. You probably have to work. And so there are people in different countries and all over the world who are either working or not working, who are online seeking help. And if you have the infrastructure in place where they can find you, they can connect with you, they can, go to your blog, your website, put their name and email address into a form, they can buy products from you when you're not even around, that's going to create a business that operates 24/7. And to get there, you definitely need certain things in place. You need a lead capture page, and this basically allows you to capture and generate leads and build your lists. You definitely need an authority creation system, which in this case I would recommend having a blog, and it's basically, you need a blog. It's your marketing hub that brands you as the expert and authority, because remember, people are going to work with, join, buy from people they like, know, and trust. And when you have a blog, when you have content out there in the marketplace, it eliminates the resistance you receive from prospects and makes the sales process 10 times easier, right? Imagine having a blog and someone visits your blog, they become a lead, and you call them, right? They're more receptive to your call, to hearing from you, and in fact, they're actually waiting for you to call them, right? They're like, wow, I didn't think you would call me. Wow, that's awesome. It definitely lowers that resistance, and so you definitely need an authority creation system, which is a blog. You also need additional ways to communicate and follow up with your prospects, and this can be, customer relationship management software, which basically means when someone becomes a lead, you then are able to follow up with them on an individual basis, call them, email them directly, but also track your interactions with them, because maybe right now they aren't in a position to buy your product, or maybe right now they're not in a position to join your business opportunity. But the conversations you're having with them can help you when you call them again, to help you, get that conversation back on track. Well, last time we spoke, you mentioned that you were looking to leave your job and you were waiting to some money came in or whatever. How are things going now? Or maybe they mentioned that their child is going to college, and to reach back out with them in 6 months. If you put that contact information, that detailed notes in your CRM, you can then follow up with them again 6 months later and say, hey, we talked 6 months ago, how's Mary? Did she get into, NYU, whatever it is? You have information and intel that you can share with your prospect. It'll actually build that relationship even deeper. The other thing is having an autoresponder where you can actually send regularly send content and value to your audience, and also send things for them to buy in your emails, right? So you can sell to them through email. You can, share more blog posts, some content, webinars, that kind of thing to them. So this is very powerful. The other thing that you need to have in your branded system is a funded proposal system. And what this is it's 10 times easier to sell a solution to fix a problem on the front end, right? Our business opportunities typically range from, let's say, $100 to maybe even a couple $1,000 a month, right, to join. And so when you provide a solution to your prospect, whether it be teaching them how to get leads on Instagram for a small price like $5, it gradually moves them through a process where they're consistently upgraded and can actually check on more stuff. It's easier to get people in the front end of the door with a low cost, low ticket offer than saying, hey, join my $1,000 business opportunity, right? They're less likely to do that on the first conversation. The third ingredient, and this is probably third ingredient of the 6 ingredients, and this is probably the second reason why 95% of online marketers, and probably you, are struggling online. And it's this: focus on one platform. Lead generation, right? Focus, Focus. Follow one course until successful. Most marketers, they're trying to build their business on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Snapchat, Blab. They're doing content marketing. They're doing paid advertising. They're doing YouTube. They're doing Facebook Live. They're doing everything, right? And the problem with that is that, and you've probably heard the saying, the jack of all trades, the master of none, right? You're trying to do everything, but nothing's getting you results. Most social media platforms are very, very similar, right? They're just a different way to reach an audience, right? And so if you're not generating leads on Facebook, and you say, oh, I'm gonna try Instagram, that might work. You're not gonna generate leads on Instagram because you don't understand the process of connecting and engaging and starting conversations, right? You're trying to basically just pitch and sell everybody. So I would say, focus on one platform, master that platform. Now, my preference is Facebook. It's the largest social media platform out there. There's so much information on there. They're constantly evolving. I choose Facebook, but I would recommend, using Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, right? And once you get to a point where you're generating, 5 to 10 leads per day on that platform, then you can add another platform, right? Does that make sense? Making sense? Making sense? Cool. All right. And so imagine for a second then. Imagine how postured you'll be when you get prospects and you're generating 5 to 10 new leads per day. Imagine how postured you'll be, right? Because instead of chasing, hunting, and begging your friends, family, and strangers online, you not saying you don't care, but you're less worried about prospects because you got 5 and 10 new leads coming in daily on Facebook. You're not gonna waste your time on someone who's kicking the can and not interested. You're not gonna chase people anymore, right? You got 10 people to talk to. So once you're getting 5 to 10 leads on Facebook, you go to Instagram, do the same thing, get 5 to 10 leads on Instagram per day. Now you have between 10 and 20 leads coming in consistently from 2 platforms. Can you imagine 20 leads per day coming in from two combined 2 platforms, and not having to worry about your Aunt Sally who said they would look at the presentation 5 months ago, right? Forget Aunt Sally. She's not interested. Go to the next person. Keep moving. Very powerful stuff. Fourth ingredient, daily method of operation. This is critical, right? It's great to have the branded infrastructure. It's great to be able to generate leads online on a platform, but if you don't have a routine that you follow daily, it's not going to work. And so there are 5 things that I do daily, and you might want to grab a pen and paper, write this down, or watch the replay. But there are 5 things that are very important into building your business and being consistent, right? Consistency is the key, right? If you're not consistent, your audience is not going to see you as a leader and authority. Simple as that. If you're blogging, shooting a video 1 time a month, you're not going to build an audience. You're not going to build a brand. You're not going to build a presence, right? Presence. And so my 5 basic 5 steps to a daily routine are very simple, right? The first step is my meditation and visualization, right? Back to that vision, right? Reminding we like presents too. I love that, Donna. Reminding myself of the vision I set forth, right? So every morning I actually have on Pinterest, I have a Pinterest board called my dream and vision board that I go to every morning when I wake up. I look at my dreams and visions, look at the pictures, I get happy, I'm just excited, I get out of bed. So I meditate and I review the vision I set forth for myself. And that takes about 10, 15 minutes a day. The next thing I do is personal development and personal growth, right? This is very, very important. 90% of building a business, being an entrepreneur, is what happens right here. The skill sets, that's 10%. That's easy. You can learn that, right? But what's going on in your head will actually decide how you perform and do better, right? How you get better results, right? What's happens in your mind, your thinking, your subconscious mind, that's going to really dictate your results, right? And so every morning, I jump on some podcasts, I jump on a wake up call, right? And so I spend about, 15, 20 minutes on on personal development, right? So when I'm walking my dog, I'm listening to, John Lee Dumas or Robert Kiyosaki or Jim Rohn or, Les Brown. Listen to a podcast while I walk. When I get back home, 11 o'clock, I'm always on. I try to be on 11 o'clock, the MLSP My System Pro Daily Wake Up Call, because that's part of my personal development. Boom, 10, 15 minutes a day, right? Then I spend about, maybe an hour or so learning something new, right? You constantly have to sharpen your axe each day to become better at your marketing strategy. So if you chose Facebook, learn something new about Facebook every single day, right? Maybe an hour, maybe half an hour, whatever it is, between half an hour and an hour, spend some time learning some new skills, right? And then you go and execute, right? You actually need to produce content that's going to share with your audience what you just learned. Knowledge is useless unless it is applied. So you have to actually take what you learned and share it with your audience, because they're going to be, again, when you become the teacher, when you step out in front of your audience and step out and do Facebook Lives and step up and do webinars and step out and create content and produce videos, when you're teaching, you are becoming the authority. You are the leader. You are sharing value, and your audience will certainly respect you and want to learn more from you. And the last tip, and this is where the last part of the daily routine is, you gotta be connecting with people, right? You gotta be talking to people, starting conversations, starting new conversations, following up with new conversations, old conversations, right? Connecting with people on a daily basis is how you're going to grow and build the business. Ingredient number 5, follow up and closing, right? Here's a newsflash. Majority of people will not follow up. Just a fact. You may get a lead, they may come into your CRM, and they may leave their phone number, their email address, and most people will not call, will not follow up. And this is where the money is made. The money is made in the follow-up. If you're not following up, I guarantee it, you're not making money, right? There are several ways that you can follow up, right? Phone follow-up. You can, if you get a phone number, call them, right? Hey, this is, hey John, this is Antonio. You visited my website. Just wanted to see how I can help you, right? Because they visited your website. You're in control. You're the leader. You're the authority, right? They need something from you. They need some help, right? So you're calling to find out, hey, you visited my website. How can I help you? Can't get them on the phone? Text follow-up. Hey, visited my website. Just want to reach out to you. When's a good time to chat? Simple, right? No phone number. They have an email address. Email them, right? Hey, just want to reach out, visit my website, want to see how I can help you, let's set a time to talk. Very simple. Can't get them on it, email doesn't go through, or you're looking for, you can't find them, they're not responding to email. Take that email address, put it into Google, put it into Facebook, find them on Facebook and connect with them there, right? Simple and easy ways to follow up, but you got to follow up, right? You can follow up using content, sharing value, consistently with them through your email autoresponder. Create a Facebook group where you're sharing value and invite them to the group. You always want to lead with value, but always make sure you have a call to action, right? You want to get them to the next step, right? Whether it's to call you, to message you, to check out a webinar, check out a training. Don't be afraid to email people every single day. And the last ingredient is very, very important as well, right? Once you've gone through the steps, got your vision, got your branded infrastructure, understand lead generation, and have a daily routine, your follow-up and closing people. Now you have business partners, you have customers, right? You have to build long-term relationships, right? Because the people that buy from you one time are the easiest people to get to buy from you again. It's harder to convert a non-customer to a customer than it is to convert a customer to more product sales and more, buying more stuff. So you got to build long-term relationships, right? And so I heard this quote before. People often take a job for more money, but will often leave a job for more recognition, right? And so you have to build a community with your customers, your business partners, etc., right? And social media is a fantastic way to do that, right? It's a great way to create, a community, culture. I have several Facebook groups where, I'm kind of the administrative and I like get things going, but create a Facebook group for your team, right? And recognize people for their successes. And it's not just, when they reach a new rank, or they reach a new income goal. Recognize people for little things. Hey, I just noticed you did your first video, Donna. I'm picking on Donna. Donna, great job. Love the video, right? Recognize people for things they're doing in their business and to get results that aren't just like, income and leadership level advancement, right? So those are just the 6 key ingredients I want to share with you this afternoon. 1, focusing on your vision. 2, branded infrastructure. 3, lead generation, picking one platform, focusing on one platform so you're getting leads consistently. 4, your daily method operation, make sure you're being consistent on a daily basis. 5, following up and closing. And 6, building a community. Hope you got value out of this live broadcast. If you did, please like it, share it, and comment on it. And definitely grab the free webinar replay. It'll be available for a limited time. Definitely click the link in the description box below or above, wherever it is, and check out the free training from last night. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.